Good morning, folks. Welcome to another daily devotional. I hope you had a blessed weekend and a good day at worship on Sabbath day. This morning, in our studies of Psalm 34, we come to verse 8. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusts in him. There are somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 taste buds on our tongue. In fact, some estimate that there could be up to 10,000 individual taste buds. These taste buds regenerate every 10 to 14 days, and they are able to distinguish between 5 different tastes: sweet, sour, savoury, salty, and bitter. Now, try to imagine how different life would be if you had no sense of taste. Imagine not being able to tell the difference between sinking your teeth into a sweet, delicious apple and that of a raw onion. When we visit our grandchildren, my wife always cooks the evening meal. And from time to time, she'll cook something very different, something that maybe some of the children, the younger ones especially, haven't had before. And when that's the case, they will look at the particular food item with a quizzical look, or with that frown that you know only too well, and says to you, I don't know whether I'm going to eat this or not. Invariably, Lynn or Sarah will explain to the child what the food is, tell them what it tastes like, and then say, taste it for yourself. You'll see it's lovely. I remember doing a children's address in church one Sabbath day and holding up a bar of chocolate and reading out all the ingredients that go to make up that chocolate bar. And then I took a square of the chocolate and began to eat it. And as I did so, I was describing to the children how utterly delicious the chocolate was, and I really went to town on it, and the kids were mad to get a bit. And then I took another square and ate it. The children were salivating in front of me. And then I asked them, how would you know how lovely this chocolate is? And of course, the answers came back, taste it ourselves, or let us have a piece. Well, this morning's verse 8 of Psalm 34 says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. David had personal experience of God's gracious and wonderful dealings with him. He had come to personally trust God, and his trust in God functioned in every circumstance and every situation he found himself facing in life. And what is his testimony? The Lord is good. And David wants others to experience and enjoy and to know this wonderful truth about God that he had come to know. However, it wasn't enough for David to tell him that God was good. Yes, it was important that he did tell him, but it wasn't enough. Words alone didn't convey the truth to them. It wasn't enough to describe to them, even in great detail, the goodness of God and the happiness and the blessedness that one can enjoy when one puts one's trust in him. One has to experience it personally by trusting in God oneself. Some years ago, Lynn and I watched a movie called Babette's Feast. Some of you may have seen it. It's a story of a French refugee who's taken in by 2 Danish sisters living in Denmark. They belong to a very strict religious group in Denmark. Babette in the course of the movie, wins the local lottery. And as part of repaying the sisters for their wonderful kindness, she decides to cook for them a French meal. Their usual diet was very plain and very restricted. The meal Babette prepares is a feast of gastronomic excellence. It is only as each of her guests tastes the prepared food that they experience the amazing flavour of the meal and of food they had never before enjoyed. Faith is the tongue by which we taste and see that the Lord is good. By faith, we enter into and we enjoy the experience of personally knowing the goodness of God in our lives, whatever we may be facing. This can only be known by personal faith and trust in the Lord. And such faith brings with it true happiness and contentment in life. Blessed, happy, perfectly content is the man or the woman who trusts in him. Have you tasted and seen that the Lord is good? If you have, tell others about this wonderful God and encourage them to taste and see the goodness of God and the blessedness that one can enjoy when one trusts in him. Have a great day, folks.